Good morning, campers. Let's do a reading. Today I feel guided. Ooh, sign. Today I feel guided to do how does your person feels about you? How does the person connected to you actually feels about you? Now, I just want to make a little disclaimer before we start because I'm not the biggest fan of these readings. It's not that there's anything wrong. You know that I always say this. True shadow worker, true healers, as you come to us on sessions, people who are on a journey, connected to another person, connected to a soul tie, it's important in those reflective relationships to know what's going on with the other person, where are they on their journey, how they feel about us, right? But we have to remember that the key objective of this journey is to put the finger on us, focus on us, our growth, our shadows. And the reason I'm saying this is because those are the readings that get most claim, right? So it's really important, first of all, we're going to tap into how are you feeling right now, so you really know this is your collective, right? You're not just making things fit. But also what is very important to understand that sometimes we are just in this moment, and perhaps this is this collective, perhaps this is why I'm guided to do this reading. Sometimes we're in this moment when we lose faith. This journey is very difficult. It's an incredible gift, but it's a difficult journey and a long journey. And sometimes when in times of separation, in times of no contact, it is really just so hard to believe. Is it really true? Does this man really cares about me? It seems like he wants nothing to do with me. He's not reaching out. He's not speaking to me. Sometimes they're connected to other women. So we're not yet healed, we're not yet tapped into our true divine self, our true intuition, so we lose that faith. So sometimes these readings are important, but just please don't make this fit, especially that I'm noticing that some of the feminines that follow me, they're more prone and eager to like, comment, and watch the collectives that I do for masculines, right? Which is an indication that you prefer to hear about someone else's shadows and someone else's shortcomings than your own. Remember, here on this channel, we want to grow. I want to get you into inner union. I want to get you into place of peace. I want to get you into union. So on this channel, we grow. We're not afraid to put the finger towards ourselves. What can I do to change? What can I do to make this world, my life, a better place? Okay, a long deviation, but perhaps it was needed. So let's start. I want to do how are you feeling, just real quick, and then what's going on in your connection to really, for you truly know, okay, this is my reading. So take a deep breath, think about what's really going on, how are you feeling? So I'm confirming, I'm not telling you. And then we're going to tap into your person's energy, how they feel about you in their head, in their heart, what are their intentions, and where are they currently in life and on this journey. All right, how are you feeling, this collective? How are you feeling? All right, that's nice. That's actually nice. Okay. We have peace, which is very beautiful. We have determination, which is very beautiful. So maybe this is just a reassurance. Maybe this is just a confirmation. Check in for your intuition. We have strength and we have trust. These are really nice cards. This is really nice energy. So I don't think that you are in a place of really deep doubt. I feel like there's a part of you, there is rejection at the bottom of the deck. I feel there's a part of you that believes, okay, this is my person. If it wasn't my person, how could this be true? Look how I've changed. I feel like you wouldn't be completely new on this journey, this collective, so you would have been connected to your person for quite a while. So right now I feel like you are determined to grow stronger, to build strength, and you do have trust within you. So perhaps you're just doubting your intuition. Maybe you're receiving, I'm hearing certain signs and synchronicities. Remember, on a true divine connection, we are forever connected through red threads. So you intuitively, you will be feeling, where is your masculine? What is he going through? We know. It's just that the mind silenced the heart. The mind silenced the intuition. So maybe this reading is for you to really get your confirmation that what you've been feeling, what you've been sensing, it's actually true. Let's do another row just real quick. Maybe we should have done confirmation of intuition and truth, but I feel that's what you need. We have passion. I feel like with that peace and passion, what I'm hearing is that you've been healing that. You know how I always say that when we're wounded, we're especially the masculines, we confuse passion with toxicity. We think that passion comes with toxicity. They confuse passion with lust, right? And in reality, true passion comes with love that is full of peace. When we really are healed in a soul connection, right? Higher soulmate or twin soul, our passion is fiery, is hot, is really, fierce, but it comes with peace. Passion doesn't mean arguing, bickering, being in and out. In a true passion, there's the element of peace and love. So maybe it's something that you're learning, that the passion as you understood it previously, it's been a little bit of a wounded understanding, and now you're really learning what's it really about. Determination. I feel like you have more passion for life. We have fear. So again, perhaps this is why I was guided really to do this reading, and I was specifically seeing this collective from the moment that actually last night I was going to bed. I was like, tomorrow I have to do this. It was like really coming through as a channel. Because I feel like despite of your determination, maybe there is a little fear and is a little doubt. Don't forget that we are in an eclipse season. So maybe overall your heart knows, this is my person, I believe we're gonna, be returned back to each other. We just need to heal. Maybe you understand right now, for most part, what this journey is really about. But because maybe it's been a long time, maybe it's been the longest I'm hearing since I've never heard from your person. Maybe this collective, we're confirmed, but maybe you're moving from in and out to actual separation. Although I feel like you would have been, it may vary, it's a collective, but I feel like it may be both. So some of you may be moving from in and out to separation, and it's been the longest you haven't heard from your person. Some of you, I feel like it might be that you've already been for a while in separation, but maybe your person still in this separation was checking in and out, and now it's been the longest you haven't heard from them. So it's like you have this trust, you have this belief, you have this determination. Maybe you're moving slowly towards that moment. I always talk about this moment to you guys, that we stop doing things for our masculine to get them back. We start doing things for us because we see the incredible growth, the incredible progress, the person that we've become, and that's what this journey is truly about. So despite the fact that you are in a nice place, your first row is very nice, maybe there is a little bit of fear. It's like, is it really possible? If he really loved me? It's the logic. It's the logic and conditioning of this world that we sometimes, when we're not yet in full trust, we go to. It's like, is it really possible that he's the other half of my soul and he loves me so much and he haven't spoken to me for like years or long months, and like no birthday message, no hello, no how you're doing? So it's sometimes logically it's really hard to believe, but it's part of the journey. You just have to accept that. Strength, we have faith. That's really nice. You have trust and you have faith. I feel like those are just little blockages. It may even be that eclipse season, right? Give yourself grace. And we have success. That's really nice. That's your happiness at the bottom of the deck. You would be in a nice energy. So the only challenging card here is that fear on top of that determination. Maybe it's not, I'm just hearing, maybe it's not that you doubt at this point the connection, right? So maybe you think to yourself, okay, he is my divine counterpart. He is the other half of my soul. We are on a journey, but will we ever be returned to each other? Is it really meant? And I've recently done a channeled video about this. You can go to my page and watch the 2 last channels, because I've been really channeling heavily recently for my divines, for twinnies on a journey, because we are in this eclipse season. So fear comes through, fear and doubt, and right. So maybe you already believe, but maybe you've heard something online, or or you yourself, your own shadows, your own fears started being like, okay, he's your person, but is it really meant to come into fruition? There's so much BS out there coming from people who haven't been on a journey, know nothing about the journey, and are not meant, their mission is not linked to guiding divines, yet they always have something smart ass to say, right? So really watch that channel if that resonates. Really really watch that channel that I posted. It will clarify many things to you. But we do have success. So I feel like you trust that it's going to happen in your heart. You feel this. You know what, how it's sometimes, I'm just going to share this with you, and how our soul always knows, right? I'm going to share a little me moment. I don't like to do this because this is not about me, but I just, maybe so you have a bit of a comparison. When I was in that moment, when I was doubting, okay, I know, but maybe it's never going to happen. Whenever I would say it out loud, and I think I've done like over a year ago, I'm hearing that I've done a video, I'm seeing it right now, I've done a video about this. It's like this intuition test, right? Sometimes we have to say things out loud. And sometimes it's more powerful when you do this in front of a mirror. So whenever I would doubt, like, okay, I know he's my person, but is he meant to happen? Is it really going to come into fruition? There's so many people saying that it's not. I was still in a bit of that fear. So that moment that I'm sensing within you, stand in front of a mirror, okay? Look at yourself in the eye. Take few deep breaths and say to yourself, I will not be with this man, and observe your reaction, because my soul would start to laugh. What the fuck are you talking about? It's ridiculous. Of course you will. Just push, just heal, just grow. You're meant to be in union. Twins are meant to come into union. Again, I covered this in my channel, so I don't want to repeat myself. I'll just quickly say, is it given? No. Can we screw it up? Yes. Because it's incredibly long, difficult, and challenging journey. It's a purification of a soul. It's a self-discovery journey. It's a life of service. It's complete release of the ego. It's walking towards Christ consciousness. But are we meant to achieve that? Yes. This is why your higher selves said, let's go. It's go time. You're going to go in that next lifetime together. You're going to get activated to the journey, because I can see that we can do this. 100% going to happen? No. But is it meant to happen? Yes. And you have that belief in your heart. So you just have to remove the limiting beliefs. Okay. Let's confirm real quick what's going on in your connection. What's going on in this beautiful connection, Swords? Give us some details so we can confirm. And then we're going to move into the energy of your person. What's going on? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do a few. Hearing certain things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's enough for your first row. Okay. Okay. All right. We have uninterested. We have sunglasses, watching, looking, perception, stalking. We do have girl with a snake. I was hearing few things with this one. We do have groupie. And we do have death. Death and rebirth, but this death is like growth and transformation was dead, it's dead, let go. I feel like I'm hearing something specific. I'm hearing with this death that in this eclipse season, you are being called and guided to let go of the version of this person that you've met and that you've known. And it happens many times on this journey, and I've mentioned to you guys that sometimes we get confused, right? So it oftentimes, when we move from in and out into separation, us feminines, intuitively, the last time we see our masculine. So let's say in and out, you would see each other every month, every 2 months, whatever is your repeating pattern. There's usually a repeating pattern. And suddenly you see him, right? And you don't know yet that it's going to be the last meeting before the actual long separation. But something within us always tells us that. And we oftentimes receive this as this intuitive thought, I will never see him again. And without us knowing, we don't know that it's actually true. This man, this unhealed, distorted man that you have been in and out with, you will never see him again. Because when he returns to you after separation, he's going to be a completely different person. He's going to be transformed. He's going to be in his divinity. The doubt, the avoidance, the fear of commitment, the in and out, the hot and cold, it's going to be gone. Because there are byproducts of an healed heart. And as he heals, he's going to transform. When they come back to us and say, who who are you, sir? I do not recognize you, right? So because you don't yet know this, it's like your intuition feels, okay, maybe it's over. So I am hearing, is it really over, right? Is it really over? I'm hearing that what's going on now, your person would be really uninterested, right? So maybe in the past they were like watching your stories, and the social media is really so confusing on this journey, right? So in the beginning of the journey, they usually watch us, they usually like stalk us, they usually keep tabs on us, and there is a moment when some of them stop because it's too difficult, because it's too hard, right? But we are still unhealed, so we understand that as he's no longer interested, he no longer cares. Why is he not watching me? Why is he not watching, our stories? And sometimes the masculines, they stop watching because it's too hard. It's like they cannot bear to watch, because somewhere in their heart they know and they remember, this is my woman, but we cannot be together. They don't have the belief just yet, so it's too painful. They're afraid they're gonna go there and they're gonna see something that they don't want to see, right? So some of them are in denial, and they're like, forget about this, I don't want to deal with this, right? And some of them, they continue to watch, but from fake accounts. So it's only teaching us that it's something superficial, that we're making assumptions, that we shouldn't really be caring about this. But I know that it's a brutal moment, right? When we're going through these shifts, and I often talk about this to you guys as well, that many feminists fail to understand that sometimes it seems like a step back, right? So he's no longer reaching out, he's no longer watching me, but it's actually progress, because we're moving into next stage, we're moving into separation, we're moving into deeper healing, right? So these superficial things really mean nothing. So don't make much of it, right? But I feel like that's the case, that you would feel now that he somehow stopped and retreated when it comes to his interests. So maybe in the past, despite the fact that you weren't talking, he would watch your stories, you would have some sort of a like social media interaction, whereas now it's completely gone. So we're gonna do another row, because I was hearing a couple of things with this girl with a snake. It is a collective again. So for some of you, it may be that you have someone still in your energy, like your friend, who is planting, I'm hearing, a seed of doubt within you. Remember what we said, that so maybe either you're following someone who is still distorted feminine, and you listen to their advice, and they've mentioned those people are not meant to come into union. Maybe you have a friend who thought she was in a twin connection, she was actually in a karmic, and she started to say like, no, it's never, it's like, it's just pain, as I forget about this. So there may be someone in your energy that is interfering with that growth, with that full trust, right? And I was also hearing that for some of you, I feel like it's less, but I am hearing this. So it may be a case for some of you that maybe you started noticing like a woman that follows you, that watches your stories, and she also maybe follows your counterpart, or he follows her. So there is some sort of a connection, and maybe you think that you saw her in the past. It's like her name rings a bell, and you started thinking like maybe there's something in between them. Maybe there's something. We're gonna tap into his energy, but that now she's watching me. Now she's like trying to figure out, is there anything still between us, right? And with that groupie, what I was hearing, I feel like you're, I don't know, I know we don't like to hear this, but I feel like you're masculine. Often they are, when they're wounded, that they seek validation. They connect on a very shallow level to many women, but maybe he is a bit of a, he likes attention, he likes the ladies. Maybe he's also, I'm hearing that for some of you, he may be like an actually very attractive person. So there's always a lot of, women wanting to go out with him, being interested. Maybe it's a cause of your insecurities as well. No women can compare to us. We're the other half of their souls, and one day it's gonna hunt them when they're ready to heal, okay? So just release that. Remember what I said in Feminine Friday. Let's do another row. Uninterested. Not today. Yeah, it's like you're feeling it's not going to happen today. I feel like you're having those moments that something has shifted, that something has changed, that something has ended, and there's a little bit of fear within you. So instead of trusting that it's just you shifting to another level, I feel like you're maybe just fearing that it's actually over. Sunglasses. Sunglasses. Grounding. I feel you need grounding. I feel you need grounding. You're a little bit in your mind. You're overthinking things. Like, who cares? Do you really think it's an indication that someone loves you whether they do or don't watch your stories? Us feminists, at one point of our journey, we usually become very magnetic. As all people, as we heal, we start to glow from within with the light of our soul, and there's always some creep around you, like watches your story or texts you. Is it an indication of love? It's absolutely not. You have to remove this shallowness. I know it's difficult because at one point we miss them so much. We haven't heard from them for so long that seeing their face, like amongst those that watch their story, it's like giving you like, oh, he cares. But it really means nothing. It really means nothing. You can have someone loving you but not bearing to see what you are up to. And you can have men who couldn't care less and they're all over in your business. So just get grounded. Girl with a snake. Let's see, what's that? Phoenix, new phase, transformation, mindset change. Yeah, I feel like it may be something that you need to release. So whatever the case may be, you are right now progressing. Your relationship, your connection is shifting to another level, right? You are changing your perception. So there is still a little bit of shallowness in your energy that needs to go. And again, we are in eclipse season, so don't push yourself, give yourself grace. It's okay. But just try to record in your mind that whether he watches your stories or someone else watches his stories, or maybe he's even still connecting to other women, it really doesn't matter. Focus on your growth. Separation, confirmation, you would be in separation. You would be in separation. I feel like this collective, it may be that you're either you know or you're obsessing a little bit. Did it flip? Yes. Crying over you, sad, hurt, upset. I feel like there is trust and there is faith in your energy. I feel this collective, it's what I said. You would believe that you are a true soul connection, that he is the other half of your soul. You have trust in it, you have belief, because you're seeing your change, you're seeing your progress, you're seeing your expansion, your growth, how much you've healed, how much you change. But there's still some fear in your energy. There's fear that perhaps people in those connections are not meant to come into union. I've addressed this already. Perhaps he's going to choose other women. We haven't spoken to each other for so long, and maybe you do feel that he is still in that stage of, connecting to other women, seeking for validation, liking the attention of the ladies. Maybe he even is, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He just fears the rawness, the truth, the love, the passion, the intensity beyond and behind your connection, because he's armored. He's not healed yet. So just give him grace and give yourself grace. Stop worrying about who follows you, who watches you. Through these kind of things, we give our energy to others. So be you on social media. Get out there. Talk about you, your mission, your passions. It's important for us to have the platform, right? Because we're here to change people. Our mission manifests in a variety of ways. I talk about this all the time. But we are meant to be seen. So do that. Use social media to find your tribe, to find people who you're meant to heal. Magnetize these people. But talk, post, forget, close it. Don't spend all your day looking at how many people watches you and who watches you. If he's amongst them, maybe some women who are connected. Who cares? Who cares? It's really low vibe. Again, I know it's, you're sad right now. You're having feelings. I feel like it is the eclipse as well. I feel like it is the eclipse. All right, so let's start. Let's start. I want to do a couple of things here, but let's maybe start from tarot. Let's ask, how does he feel about you? We're going to do his head, his heart, his intentions, and then we're going to do a couple of oracles to know how he sees you and where he's at on his journey. It may be a bit of a long reading, so save it if you want to watch it later. Make yourself comfortable. Usually they're 1 hour long, but I really want to break this down for you. I feel like you need this. I feel like you need reassurance. So maybe tap into your intuition. What is it that you feel? Maybe you want to pause this and like make a list. What do you feel that he's going through? And then you can compare to what I've said, and whatever is if the first part resonated, whatever is not matching, think about why, because maybe some of the thoughts are coming from a place of mind, from a place of fear, from a place of wishful thinking, and we really need to learn to accept the reality, right? All right, so how does this masculine feel in his head about his feminine right now? Face down. Face down. Let's go in fours, as always. All right. His first row. What? All right. Take a deep breath. His head, right? Remember, you are still overthinking. We lead the way on this journey on an energetic level. So as long as you're overthinking, he's going to be overthinking more. And remember, again, they're masculines. They ruled by the dominion of the physical world. The logic, the mind is a very strong thing for them. So the more we release and drop to our heart space, the easier it is for them as well. We have Two of Swords. We have the Tower. We have Seven of Wands, but we also have Santa Muerte. So we have transformation. You're definitely shifting, and I say this to you guys all the time. In those connections, we shift together. We lead the way, right? In the spirit realm, they lead the way in the physical realm. But on this journey, we start the ascension, the transformation, the raising of the energy to the heart level, right? The release, the raising of our vibration, and then they follow. But as we shift from one phase to another, we usually shift together, right? So by the time we end up shifting, they're going through their shift. Again, it might not in the physical world look like we're on a same level, but we're always equals. Remember, I've done such a powerful masterclass with attunement. You can check that out on my website in the section attunements. There's attunements for twin flames, and there's a removal of the illusions, so you can learn all about the illusions. I've also done a free masterclass for Divine Feminines, and there's an episode in there on my YouTube. There's a playlist, Divine Feminine Masterclass, about illusions of the journey. Link to my YouTube is in my bio, so you can check that out. But I feel like he's right now very confused. He's very confused. There are certain things that go through his mind that he is not ready, I'm hearing, to accept. So he's creating a bit of a barrier. That armor would be very strong right now in his mind. He is going through some sort of a mindset transformation, right? Sort of a shift. So perhaps soon he's going to start thinking about things differently. But I feel like right now he's on a fence. So if someone would really like sit him down, your masculine, and ask him, do you think this woman is, destined for, he wouldn't know. He knows it's an important connection. He knows it's something that was a pivotal moment that never, and that's what these connections are. From the day we meet, right, our life will never be the same. Sometimes you have destined karmic connections and soulmate connections that are like that, but for twins it's specifically strong and pronounced. Even if you're in denial, if you're unhealed, your life never is same. You start seeing things differently. You start perceiving, feeling things differently. So he knows it was important, but at this point he wouldn't really understand. Is it passion? Is it lust? Is it karmic? Is it destined? What's going on? I know this woman came to my life to shake me, I'm hearing, but his mind cannot make sense of it, right? So he's a little bit protective right now. He wouldn't know what to do with himself, with this connection, with his feelings. Two of Swords. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man, the Tower. Queen of Wands. Yeah. I'm hearing something